There we go. That should work. Yeah, there we go. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's the 14th of May, 2025. I'm going to be playing some Skyrim Special Edition in just a few minutes. Oh, boy. I woke up like about, I want to say about an hour ago, and I'm still kind of getting the sleep out of my eyes. Okay, so to start things off, if anybody has not seen the announcement that I put on the Discord, you guys might want to, it might be a good idea to either put two-factor authentication or change your password on Steam. There was a report, not clear who, but some reputable source, quote-unquote, on the dark web. Yeah, no, reputable source on the dark web. Apparently said that they had bought 89 million accounts off of the dark web for like $5,000 apparently. The thing is that Steam denies that there has been any data breach, and the company that does the two-factor authentication, Twilio, also says that there has been no data breach yet, or that they have not detected any data breach at all. So it may not be a bad idea to change your password or add two-factor authentication to your Steam account, since we still have no idea really what's going on. There does not appear to be anything unusual happening on Steam other than that report. So yeah, I also have two-factor authentication. So okay. Oh my god, why does... Oh, I know why. It's desperate for attention. I was gonna say, why does Microsoft Edge always open up with a page whenever I turn on this laptop? It's because it needs the attention. I actually thought maybe today would be a good time to play Pokemon Smash or Pass, just to see what you guys would think, but I don't know. I'm not so sure. Tier list can be fun, but I'm pretty sure there's supposed to be a website where I can, where I can actually do that. But I figure I gotta change up the format of, how I do things, and maybe starting off with a little bit of like gaming news, since that's something that I like. Of course, I could also look at furry news. There is actually... There's actually websites for furry news. That's kind of funny. Interesting. Switch 2 launch title features an F-Zero voice actor. Why? The developer of Fast Fusion... The developer of Fast Fusion has announced that former F-Zero voice actor Jack Merluzzi will have a role in the upcoming game. Fast Fusion will launch alongside Mario Kart World and the Nintendo Switch Online version of F-Zero GX when it releases in June. As one of the cheapest launch titles for the Nintendo Switch, Fast Fusion could be a popular title for console's day one buyers. It'll be the latest in a series of high-paced racing games that make impressive use of the Nintendo hardware. The most notable feature of this new entry is the titular ability to fuse two racing machines together to create one race car with modified stats. Excited to welcome back voice actor Jack Merluzzi. from Mega Man, F-Zero, and Tekken. But he was the racetrack announcer for the 2 Fast Fusion games that were on the Switch. What the hell? I know I shouldn't have clicked that. Ads playing on like the Assassin's Creed Shadows has been a big hit for Ubisoft. Not as much as the that one game, the turn-based game that was done by 33 developers. One of which actually happened to be one of the lead developers for Ubisoft before he quit. Not much else on here except that there was once a forgotten Harry Potter game that was in the works at Volition. It was a Baldur's Gate style turn-based RPG for Harry Potter. Interesting. Not sure about the Pokemon Smasher Pass. I'm not talking about Nintendo or Nintendo policies and stuff like that. I'm talking about Espeon or Umbreon or Vaporeon. Is it wrong if it's Arcanine? No, of course not. It's never wrong when it's Arcanine. Alright, we can go ahead and start the game, though. I didn't think the mere mention of Pokemon Smash or Pass was going to be upsetting, so let's go ahead and play some games instead. I mean, oh, thank you, Don. I do appreciate that. You can use your own logic for that, because it could be just like, is it just, for your own satisfaction, or because there's like some benefit to have out of it? Oh, what the hell? Really? We're gonna do this? It froze on me. In a very unique way. I got Hugo and you managed to get Hugo. Cool. You have 83 tapes left, did not need to spend any money. Cool. Not bad. I'm hoping I get more in my budget within the next few days. I gotta pay an artist to do a commission for me. A commission that I am looking forward to. Remember that Nemesis system that Shadow of Mordor series have? You mean had, because the studio that created it patented it, and now that studio is no more. So we're never going to see another game with that Nemesis system ever. Hey, what's up, Fusion Sean? But yeah, what about it? Okay, what do we got? Really? The Patron... Okay, Kinfather Molag Ball. Yeah, I thought so. But why is Clavicus Vile the patron of vampires? Nintendo patented several game mechanics because they could not find any copyright stuff against Palworld, so they went to the patent office and patented gliding mounts and throwing a ball. Yeah, that's not going to fly in court. People have been doing that shit for like years. Guild Wars 2 did that before Nintendo did. So, you know, Nintendo can eat a dick. They can eat all the phallic imagery. So why is it Clavicus Vile?
Damn faithless Imperials.
Alright, to read a couple of new entries. I got back early this morning. Brunwolf Freewinter was pleased to hear that the bandits at Stony Creek Cave were no longer an issue. He could only spare half the amount of a usual bounty, but I was happy all the same. Spent the morning talking, where he told me about his days as a soldier while I told him why I had come to Skyrim. He was sympathetic to my plight. Long ago he had been a soldier in the Great War and had met some of my people during the push to retake the Imperial City. I learned from him that the current Jarl Ulfric Stormcloak is the one in charge of the resistance against the Empire and the Altmerry Dominion, and that the Stormcloak's motivations are born from a desire for religious freedom. I don't know all the details, but when the Empire and Thalmor agreed to a truce, one of the stipulations was that the worship of Talos, the human turned divine, would be outlawed in all Imperial territories. This was a slap in the face to many Nords, as Talos, known as Tiber Septim while he was alive, was a son of Skyrim, and his ascension into godhood is a point of pride for many. While Brunwolf sympathized with their anger, he's of a different mind than the Stormcloaks. The rebellion had almost immediately taken on nationalistic tendencies, resulting in thinly veiled or open racism, causing them to look down on all others who were not Nords. The elves of any kind get the worst of it. The violent history between the Nords and the Dunmer / Dark Elves has never been forgotten, but Beastfolk also get their share of hostility. It's due to Ulfric's single-minded focus on the war against the Empire that his hold is in poor shape, while the Dark Elves are forced to live in the slums of the city with no patrols to watch over them, and why Argonians are given work as hard labor for a fraction of what their employers would pay a Nord worker. Well, I'm sure there are a fair few Stormcloaks who don't hold fast to racism. Makes no sense to me that they should raise their swords against the Empire when unity might better facilitate survival. Let Kaios have a saving. A split pack starves twice as quickly. I thanked him for his time. It's good to know I'll have a friend in the city should I ever return to Windhelm. I asked if there was any place in up here. I visited Sodri's used wares this morning owned by Dark Elf Sodri, and overheard that he had purchased a ring that belonged to one Viola Giordano. For a nice sum, he asked me to return the ring to her house without her knowledge. I am no thief, but an adult's lifetime of having someone watch over my shoulder has helped me develop ways to avoid being seen when I prefer not to be. The ring was returned to her without her any of the wiser, and I used some of the coins Sodri gifted me in order to purchase a map of Skyrim. I mentioned that I was without any real direction, though I said nothing about the task I was sent to perform in Skyrim. In all honesty, it seems like such a long shot that we'll find any foothold to recover from the Thalmor attacks, but if only for myself, I need to find some occupation. Sodri suggested looking into perhaps joining the Imperial Legion located in Solitude, or else consider any of the different factions throughout Skyrim. There is no fighters guild in the country, but if I were interested in putting my sword arm to good use, the companions of Jorvaskr are a close approximation. As I seem to be good at keeping out of sight, Sodri also suggested checking Riften, where the Thieves Guild is rumored to be operating from. Though, if rumors are true, it has fallen on hard times. If that should fail, I might consider looking into the Dawn Guard, a recently established militia focused on hunting vampires in the wilds of Skyrim. I asked if there was any place in Skyrim where anyone could learn to use magic. It was only because magic is something of a taboo subject to the Nords of Skyrim that he didn't mention it first, but there is a school devoted to the arcane arts, the College of Winterhold. Long ago, it used to have strong connections to the Mages Guild of Tamriel, but over the years, the college has broken most contact from its remnants, the Synod and the College of Whispers. While I love magic, I never liked the idea of joining either. The College of Whispers practices necromancy, which is my tribe is firmly against, and the Synod prefers to extort its members through monthly training fees where one might learn a new spell after doing countless menial chores. If that weren't bad enough, both organizations still have connections to the Altmere Dominion. College of Winterhold, however, has no such relationship with the Thalmor. It's also located about as far away from Somerset Isle as one can be without being in Morrowind. If nothing else, I might be able to learn how to defend myself from the Thalmor should they ever find me. I only hope I have enough skill to be allowed in. I know a little magic. That might be enough. And Nintendo seems to be getting a little too big for their britches. They're going to exist for a long time. They're never going to get out of the video game business, but now that they're in a now that they have a position of strength to work with, they think that they need to cover their asses from everything, even things that they really don't have any stake in. Okay, there was one thing I wanted to do, or that I needed to do. What would Miyamoto-san think? I have to imagine that Miyamoto's like not really like of the executive mind. Like anytime I think of Shigeru Miyamoto, I think of him as like the biggest kid on the planet, or the oldest kid on the planet. I need to figure out how to get this here. Let's see, Skyrim, waterfall, splashes, blocky. Ooh, root beer. I need to fix these. You see these too, right? The blocky splashing textures? There's a couple things that could be causing it, and I think it might be the water effects that I have, because they're meant to be used with E and B, which I had. Here, simplicity C, open on that. Ooh, an extra 100. He didn't need to spend on Hugo for his endless. He just got him. So what you gonna do with your tons of new money? Okay, so I need E and B. Wait, do I need Cathedral? It might just be as easy as installing Cathedral's water fix. Here, let's see if this does it. If anybody's wondering what this screen basically is, it's basically a conflict resolution screen. It lets you know, okay, this mod and this mod are affecting the same thing. Which one goes first, and which one will override it? So the way that I have this set up, Cathedral Water gets put before Simplicity of C, but Simplicity of C overwrites it because it comes after. So just save that. Yeah, I'm just letting people who may not know what Vortex does, letting them know what it's about. I keep saying, hey, I gotta actually sit down and help people figure out how to mod Skyrim.
I've been shot, blown up, ragdolled, thrown off cliffs, airstriked and strafe run. I haven't had this much fun with Helldivers since the creek.
Sounds like Groundhog's Day. But good to see you, Yanis. I'm glad you're having fun with Helldivers. Maybe I needed to download that, and that's why. Nope, it's still the same. But hey, you guys get to watch me do the time-honored thingy where you guys get to watch me do some real-time modding. That's all. Okay, E and B, description, optional, sports, self-reflection. Okay, that's okay. Water, waterfall. Okay, Skyrim, blocky, waterfall, texture. Let's see. This person looked for a solution. They did not find one. Hey, Narton. Good to see you. Let's see, blocky water particle. This is about the closest that comes to, I mean, and it's basically the same issue, the blocky, splash effects. Let's see. Have this blocky splash 2 solution I came up with this, that fixes is the various vanilla fxsplash.nf NIF files and water splash from VR meshes. Extracted and installed as a mod with loose files so they overwrite the ones in the NAT BSA. Most of these files can be found in the mod Bright Waterfall fix for ENB version. Splash large, churn, and splash heavy. Particle patch. Ah, this will also apply to communities. Okay, so we got to get this particle patch then. Flow maps, particle patch, no foam mod, simply BSA, no custom textures. Okay, we'll just do the regular. Apparently, I downloaded this like a little less than 2 years ago, so that might be it. Okay, install the particle patch. Okay, we'll do that. This should not. Okay, good. You gotta be careful because you don't want circular rule sets. Because then the game won't know what to load. Oh, should I do this? But this is on top. But that's on top of that. But this is on top of that. Here we go. Let's see if that fixed it.